y'all money. I was just fucking around. And he was just fucking around too. Let's go. All my niggas, they know I'm from Dayton. Fuck you niggas, they know I'm the greatest. Fuck you niggas, I know I'm patient. Yeah. I know they hating cause I'm a star. BMC nigga, I am a god. Fuck you niggas, they know I'm in charge. Yeah. How can you hate we made our way? All these niggas, they smile in our face. I am a goat, you not in my space. Yeah.
I don't know why I want to go like this right now.
You niggas late, so you niggas tardy. We celebrate, you not in the party. Yeah. Smitty and Booney Mac, them niggas rave. We did any scholars, so I am like pavement. They run my waves cause I am so wavy. Yeah. I keep going, I keep the boat rolling. 6 twins, nigga. I am like Jordan. Look
Yeah, that's the holding penalty.
Yeah. Suicide flow, I'm going crazy. That's a fofo. You smell like days. You can get smoked for trying to play me. Yeah. I am the realest that's had an opinion. You niggas not, that's why I'm winning. I know I'm hot, that's why I'm grinning. All my niggas, they know I'm from Dayton. Fuck you niggas, they know I'm the greatest. Fuck you niggas, I know I'm patient. Yeah. I know they hating cause I'm a star. BMP nigga, I am a god. Fuck you niggas, they know I'm in charge. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of On God Podcast. Everything I do it on God. Every time we do it on God. And when I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do it on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of Star Money Click, the number one rapper in the world, and the BMC Capo. That is 1-5, the number one producer in the world, the other CEO of the Star Money Click. That is Jimmy Two Times. He is also the creator of Punish Me Vodka. That is Jimmy Two Times, the number one 49ers fan, and the number one Oklahoma City fan, and my brother from another mother. We are the On God Podcast. So, how's the guys doing?
Not too bad.
Monday, not bad at all.
I'm fresh off of being exhausted from being at a game, so, and I'm gonna get into that. You know, I'm gonna have a little conversation about that. Y'all gonna like that. When we get into that game, I'll talk about it. So we're gonna start with our games from the college football weekend. Really good weekend. Nice slate of games, nice good games. We got some picks right. We got some picks wrong. 1-5 got one of the games right, and me and Two Times got the game wrong.
It was all wrong.
We're gonna start in Oregon, where the Oregon Ducks beat Illinois 38-9. It wasn't close at all. Oregon put it on them quickly, and they dismantled them quickly. I'm not really surprised though, because Illinois they're what you call decent. They're not a great team. They're a decent team. So, you know, the wins that they have are decent wins, but they don't have any great wins on the year. But they've had a great season so far. Like, it's been a good season for them for their university. Because they ain't
for their standards.
Yeah, they ain't been here in a while. Number 2, Georgia was on the bye week, so they didn't play. Penn State beats Wisconsin 28-13 in Madison. But with the win came the cost of losing their quarterback, Drew Aller. His play against Ohio State next week is up in the air. James Franklin talked about it today. He said it'll be a game time decision. But when he got hurt, the game was close. Yeah. So it was kind of weird because when he got hurt, the game was close, and then they took off. But I think it's more lack of what Wisconsin has than Penn State being really good. I think Wisconsin is just
they're average.
Luke Fickell got to get him a quarterback, man. He needs a quarterback really bad.
Had a quarterback, that's a different game. Win that game.
Yeah, when Mordecai left, Mordecai was probably his best one, even though he ain't been there that long.
No. The Buckeyes beat Nebraska 21-17. Good game. 1-5. What did you think about this game?
Well, we discussed this a little earlier. Me and you both had a similar view on this. New starting left tackle. We had difficulties running the ball because of it. But you know what? A win's a win. I know some Buckeyes fans were a little miffed that, you know, we didn't run the table in Nebraska like Indiana did. But, you know, at the end of the day, we had a guy starting for the very first time at the most important position on the offensive line. and they, you could tell the offensive line wasn't as cohesive as it had been all year, and now that will get fixed with more reps that this guy gets. And I thought we threw the ball pretty well on them, but I thought Nebraska was tough. They're a tough team. They're not an easy out. I think Matt Rule has done a really good job at Nebraska, and that's definitely a program on the rise. But right now Ohio State's still a cream of the crop of the Big Ten with Oregon, and they eked out a win. Man, they did what they had to do. It wasn't pretty, but you know what? We don't count style points no more.
I agree with you, but the funny thing with me is, what when we lost to Oregon, right?
Yep.
What got exploited against Oregon? Was it our offense or was it our defense?
Oh, man, I think it was the defense a little bit by far.
Okay, so what the defense did to Nebraska this Saturday was amazing.
Yeah,
the defense was on Nebraska's ass. We ain't even gonna count. Now let me put this out there too. Arvell Reese gets a hit on one of the receivers, makes him fumble the ball. They get Arvell for targeting, right? Today they announced it wasn't a targeting call.
Right.
The reason why it's some bullshit is because he fumbled on the play and we recovered the ball. And we would have scored another touchdown, and this score wouldn't even been this close.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, Ohio State fans, pay attention to the game, bro. Just pay attention to the game. We had first starting left tackle ever. First start ever. Not first start this season or first start in a couple years. Ever. Ever. Nebraska was 5-2. Before we played Nebraska, they was getting the NCAA was on their nuts. So why is it like when we play somebody that the NCAA love and we don't win by 30, now it's we got questions. Ain't no questions. It's just you get a W, bro. This is like the NFL now. College football is NFL now, y'all. It's about getting a W. It ain't about your style points no more. It ain't gotta be cute. You just gotta get the win. You know what I'm saying? But besides the running game, the passing game was good. Howard made one mistake. That was the overthrow for the interception. But that's really it. Outside of that, he played a pretty good game. Of course, Jeremiah's about to break Chris Carter's record, which is amazing. That boy's something different. Abuka played a good game. I mean, it still looked the same. I mean, it ain't no difference. But I was really proud of the defense. The defense was playing on a swivel. I mean, they was getting to the quarterback. They was acting a fool. But I can't really say nothing bad about them for real. 2 times, what you think? Because we did watch the game together.
Couple things I wanted to point out. I see now, until Burke gets his shit together, teams is going to attack him. I mean, he didn't have as bad a game as he did the week prior, but you could tell he's still struggling a little bit. He picked it up a little bit more this week, but he's still struggling. I think what's going to be our problem moving forward is the predictability on offense. I would like to see y'all put people on their toes when it comes to y'all play calling. You got some, in my mind, a top 3 class of wide receivers in the country, besides y'all in Tennessee and maybe one other team. And I'm going to be honest with you. In college football, this is one of those college football is that level of game where you have dominant players. You can't do anything about it. You can really get them the ball almost every play if you really wanted to. And I never understood why you got that young boy who's about to break Chris Carter's record. And then you got the other cat, what's his name? 17. What's 17's name?
Cardell Tate.
Yeah, Tate.
Yeah, Cardell Tate. Like I said,
Tate had a big game. He had over 100 yards. He was balling.
He had a big game, but that's just like this game could have really got out of hand if y'all would have focused on exploiting the pass. And I think y'all tried to force the run for some reason, but I just like to see y'all be a little bit more predictable. But like you said, we will all agree, this ain't the same old college football no more. You need to figure out a way to win, whether it's ugly, cute, whatever the fuck, and get to the tournament. That's the only way. That's the only thing that matters anymore.
But I think the reason why they was trying to force the run was First, we were trying to get him reps as his first start as a lineman. That's number one. Number two, that because all the scrutiny that Chip Kelly heard about, we didn't hand the ball off enough against Oregon in the second half of the game because we was running on Oregon well in the first half, and then we just went away from the running game.
Right.
So
and that's why I brought that up, though. That's why I brought that. He knows the best predicament.
But it wasn't even. I don't even think it was. I don't even think he was predictable because it's when we was running, we ran like this all year.
But remember, y'all had that drive where y'all ran it 3 straight times to the middle and punted, and I said, really, y'all just wasted a whole possession there for what?
Yeah, he was.
After he threw that kick, the next drive.
I give you that, but that's him.
I didn't care for that.
The calls. I
didn't care for that.
But that's not a usual. That's not a usual Chip Kelly thing to do with us.
Oh no! I've noticed since I've watched y'all with him. I'm just saying, with a game like that, playing like that, you fuck around and lose the game. That's all I'm saying. Because they had a chance to actually take the lead on y'all, and playing like that, you fuck around and lose a game like that. That's why you don't like. I don't really like to see that.
They weren't gonna get the lead because that defense was.
I'm just saying, it's just you don't want to get in those situations.
No, I agree with you, but that defense was on. They was on one.
They was on their ass. Yeah.
Number 5, Texas beat Vanderbilt 27-24. Vanderbilt gave Texas everything they could, and I said this game was gonna be close. I said they was gonna win by this much. And they definitely did.
Yep.
Texas might be due for a loss again. I don't know. Or this could have been just the layover into the loss they just had.
Yeah, hangover.
Number 6, Miami blasted Florida State 36-14. Florida State is done. It's hard to even put. I hate even having to talk about Florida State when they play people in the top 10. It's like, damn, y'all shouldn't be playing people in the top 10 right now. Number 7, Tennessee, 6-1. They was on a bye. Now, the game of the weekend is this next game I'm about to talk about, and we all picked the same team, and we all got it right. LSU went to Texas A&M against the 12th man and lost 38-23 to Texas A&M. I don't know if y'all seen this game. But
yeah, I watched it on my sister's house.
I seen this game too, and LSU, Nussmeier, the quarterback for LSU, he's a pamper. I mean, because he got weapons, and when he gets them the ball, them boys are good. Like when they catch the ball, it's a problem because
LSU keep wide receivers. They keep them.
They wide receivers dope, but it's if he don't get them the ball. If he don't get them the ball, he gonna do something stupid. I don't know.
They're just there. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you who's scary. And the SEC better look out. Georgia better look out, and Texas better look out because Texas got to play these boys at the end of the year. Texas A&M is a problem. Ooh, they got 2 running backs that are so sweet, and that backup quarterback, Marcel Reed, came in the game for the starting quarterback, and he's cold. Like I'm talking about, he's a problem. Like. And Texas A&M is playing on a whole nother level. I think they might fuck around and win the SEC championship. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a good chance.
Yeah, I don't think none of them want to see them in that game, bro. Like,
no, hell no.
Like I even went back before we got on the pod, and I watched the highlights again to see, because they let you see the game highlights on YouTube, and I watched the whole game highlights to see if I missed something just to see if I missed anything. I'm like, man, these 2 running backs, bro, they get the ball. Daniels and Moss are they act a fool. Like
they remind me of Gibbs in Montgomery in Detroit.
Yeah, but you also know who they remind me of. You remember when Oregon had that fast ass little dude when Chip Kelly was coaching him, the one running back?
It's James, Michael James.
Yeah,
he plays for 49ers.
He remind me of him.
Yeah.
They sweet, man. Shout out to Texas A&M, they got the dub. Clemson was on the bye at number 9. Iowa State was on the bye at number 10. BYU beat UCF. They're at number 11. They beat them 37-24. UCF be fighting, but they just can't get over the little hump, man. And this is the game where 1-5 was right, and me and 2 times picked wrong. Notre Dame blasted Navy 51-14. Notre Dame is under the radar winning games, man. They're trying to make sure they get in that top 12. And I don't see them not getting in if they keep winning like this because they got USC coming up. I don't think they even got another game for real that's worth like
Just
they really got a
USC.
battle, but USC, I think, and that'll be about it.
And you know what's so crazy? They went from wanting to fire Freeman to now they ain't said nothing about it.
Nah, they weren't gonna get rid of him anyway.
Nah, nah, nah.
It's too damn soon. It's too
Yeah.
damn soon. So that's the top 12 for the NCAA. We'll do our picks later on this week. Don't worry about that. We'll get y'all together. That'll be Thursday. NFL Week 8. Let's get to it, man. Hell of a weekend, man. I went to the game. I'm gonna start there because that's gonna be the first game I'll start with. Eagles Bengals. The On God podcast was represented very well in Cincinnati. I met a lot of people. A lot of people showed me a lot of love. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like Cincinnati Bengals fan base, man. That shit, they really cool, man. I ain't really had no problems with nobody. They didn't even care. It was surprising to me because they got this perception of Eagles fans. And when I was around the Cincinnati Bengals fans, I was around. Shout out to the ones I was around. When I was leaving, they actually said to me I was a great fan. Like, I have never heard that before. Like, you are a great fan. And they gave me a high five and everything. But it was fun as shit. I was in the end zone. If y'all ain't seen the clips, I was six rows back. Dude, it was so dope. Jordan Davis is huge. Jalen Carter is huge. I mean, it was an amazing game. The Eagles beat the Bengals 37-17. Joe Burrow is for real. He's really real. Jamar Chase is really real. But the Bengals running game is really ass. Because we had that shit on lock. They couldn't do no work. Gesicki is really good too in person. Gesicki is and he big as shit too.
He's been in purgatory for the past few years since he left Miami.
He's in good, but what I was impressed by is, and I think people ain't really realized this, but my team has won 3 games in a row. Mm-hmm. And actually 4, but I'll just say 3 for right now. 3 in a row, and they doubted the first 2 wins because y'all ain't playing nobody to get them wins. Okay, what's the NFL? So in NFL, you can lose to the worst team in the NFL, and then they'll hate on you. Then you'll beat the best team in the NFL, and they say you're the best. So we get the Bengals, and we were the underdog in this game. They had us pick to lose this game. Yeah. And not only did we not lose, we won by 20. And what I noticed about Joe Burrow without T. Higgins is he does the Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb. Mm-hmm. He tries to force Jamar Chase the ball a little too much.
Right.
You know, he threw the ball to Burton twice. He had a good one big game, and then one in the end zone that Slay broke up. Shout out to Big Play Slay. And then he went long ball to Jamar Chase and Isaiah Rodgers that came in the game, but he didn't know Isaiah Rodgers was dope. I knew Isaiah Rodgers was dope because he came from Indianapolis, and he got hurt last year. So he had been working out the whole summer on his game. And the second play Isaiah Rodgers in the game, he goes long ball to Chase, and Isaiah Rodgers tips the ball to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and we get an interception. And when he did it, I knew it was going to get picked because I'm like, don't pick on Isaiah Rodgers. That boy can play. But my defense played lights out. I mean, it was, even though we gave him 17 points, if you was there watching the game and if you seen it on TV, you'd be like, yeah, the Eagles was different on defense. Like, my D played really well in the second half. But
because we came out the gate moving on you guys.
Yeah.
The first 3 drives, we did well on you guys, and then after that, it was like nothing.
The second half, we put the clamps on y'all ass. Mm-hmm. But that's what that's why I said I'm impressed by what I saw. The Bengals, the crazy thing about the Bengals is your offense is really good, passing wise. Your passing offense is pretty good, but your secondary is ass, and your running game needs work. You need to stop giving Moss the ball. Because when Chase Brown was getting the ball, I was like, okay, Chase Brown gets yards. When Moss got the ball, I'm like, man, Moss ain't about to get past his.
Losing Mixon and Jesse Bates, those were 2 big losses for y'all.
Yeah, Reader, Bates, Mixon, all the keys.
You're
All
right.
the keys from that Super Bowl year that y'all let go, that's where y'all fucked up, bro. Real
Well,
talk.
You know,
And you didn't replace him with nothing worth of substantiality.
here was a conversation me and my daughter's boyfriend had. My daughter's boyfriend played college football at a high level, and he was like, "How come Burrows took all this money and ain't doing something like Tom Brady did to get better pieces around him?" And I was like, "Man, to be honest with you, I don't blame Burrows one bit for taking all that money because." The Bengals haven't shown that they are willing to put money on that offensive line. New England
It's the owner.
offensive lines of all time. I was like, my
It's
guy.
the owner. You comparing Kraft to your owner because he just took less money. He did just like my owner did. Took less money, and they'd have been like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna spend it on the team," and they would have spent it on the team.
Well, here's another thing a lot of people don't realize about the Bengals. The Browns' only source of income is the Bengals. That's it. So they don't have anything as collateral really to put down to sign players. So they have to go out and get bank loans against the team to pay players. That's why a lot of these players don't get paid for the Bengals and they have to go elsewhere. They can only afford to pay 2 or 3 big name guys, and then after that they got to fucking nickel and dime everything because they don't have any assets outside of the Bengals. So
They got to work the draft.
yeah, that's a huge problem with the payrolls these days. You know, back in the 80s, that was cool. Back in the 70s, that was probably cool. You know, and even into the 90s a little bit, that's when you started seeing the Bengals really struggle with signing free agents and signing guys that were really doing good on the team because they can't get all the money they need to pay these players what they need to pay them. You know,
Mark Davis is like that too. Mark Davis has that problem too.
That's some bull. That's some bullshit though. I'm gonna tell you why it's some bullshit, right? The reason why it's some bullshit though is because the Bengals got fuck. Let's not even say the Bengals. Let's say Cincinnati as a city, right? The city has 2 pro teams in 2 different leagues.
Okay.
So you motherfuckers got money. You motherfuckers just don't like to spend no goddamn money, and that's cool. That's cool. That's why the Reds been the Reds for so long. Name a free agent that came to the Reds that made real money besides Ken Griffey Jr.
But here's the thing with the Reds, though. The Reds are owned by a corporation. The person that owns the Reds owns Chiquita Bananas. He has assets outside of the Reds to go out and sign these players. He's just a cheap ass. The Browns can't get the money to sign these guys. That's the problem. That's the difference.
You mean the Bengals?
Or the Bengals, yeah.
But this what I'm.
The Browns is the Mike Brown family.
Yeah,
the Browns. But this what I'm getting at though. Ever since you got Joe Burrow, there has been money made in your city because that's what brings money to your city. When you get an asset like that, you went to the Super Bowl, you've been to the playoffs, y'all win games. It ain't like y'all on the losing side like you used to be. But that's part of this is when you cheat, you just cheat. And you can't be cheap to win. And you can't be. Y'all got them Brown motherfuckers got $1 million somewhere, Ty. Because them motherfuckers been owning this team for how long?
The whole time. They've owned it since they've owned this team the whole inception.
My team values two positions over all else. They've always paid their quarterbacks, and they've always paid their star receiver. And then outside of that, they will nickel and dime a motherfucker.
But remember, that don't have nothing to do with not having some money. That's just being a cheap fuck. That's what that is.
That is.
You can't hold it.
That's some of it. You can't. They can't go take out. They can't go take out. What I'm trying to say is, it's just like me or you trying to go take out a damn bank loan. You can't take out bank loans against shit you ain't got. So their assets ain't paper. It's tied up in the team. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. You can't own an organization this long and not have no money. That's
well, Mark Davis has that problem.
They probably got.
But the thing is, Mark Davis is in the same spot because when he took over the team from when his dad died, and he moved the team to Vegas, he was living off those loans and everything he got from moving the team to Vegas. Soon he's going to end up running out of money, and he's going to have to start doing the same thing the Browns do, borrow money to pay the players.
Right. And then that's why he started selling off parts of the team. Tom Brady bought 5% of it. The Browns need to do something similar to that so that they can pay these guys to come in and play and keep the guys that they got. There was no
They need to really sell the team
to afford Jesse Bates, Reeder, Chase Brown or Chase and Burrows.
This is my thing. If I ain't got no money,
Been able to do it. Any
if
other
I ain't got no money,
don't
why
wanna
would
be-
I keep? Why would I keep some money I can't afford? Why would I keep something I can't afford? That shit just don't make no sense.
I have
That's the
no-
dumb. That's the dumbest shit ever.
Well, you got to understand something. You got to understand something. The team, they've had this team since they came from the AFL, so they've been in the family. It's been in the family for over 58 years.
Their
Oh, I
dad
know.
started the fucking team.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so we'll move on. We got the W.
I agree that the Bengals are a dumpster fire this year.
Yeah,
I
We
won't
have
say
some
you.
strength.
I won't say you a
No,
dumpster fire.
I will say we have some strengths, but the weaknesses outdo the strengths. We got, we have an elite passing offense, a weak ass running offense. We got decent linebackers and decent DNs, and that's it. I mean, other than that,
You didn't get one sack on me yesterday.
I understand that. Yeah.
Henderson was just out there getting cardio.
And
Yeah.
you know the lineman I was starting on the other side of Lane Johnson.
Mhm.
Erickson was going up against my Johnson, and
Right.
Johnson had him on lock.
Right.
Pause.
He could not get to him at all. Oh no, I
Right.
thought we wasn't doing that no more. Remember that?
Hey, I had to take it. I had to take it apart. It was there. I was going to leave it alone, but I had to do it.
Yeah, all right. See, I didn't entertain that shit.
Hey, keep your Johnson out of this, buddy.
It's cool. I'll move on. The Broncos beat the Patriots. The Broncos beat the Panthers 28-14. We are not surprised. Bryce Young started the game, so we knew what was going to happen. The Chiefs are still undefeated, 27-20 over the Raiders. The Chiefs are just rolling along. Sunday Night Football, the 49ers outlast the Cowboys. Key word, outlast the Cowboys.
Mhm.
Two times, what you think about your team's performance last night?
You ever buy some food from a restaurant and you get it and be like, damn, it's cold as fuck. And then you bite into it and it's hot in the middle? That's basically what it is. We started out cold as fuck and then waited to the end of the game to get hot. And what the problem was, by the end of the game, even the middle of the food was cold. We was about to give that shit up. The injuries are starting to take a toll. We got a lot of young players playing in positions that, for a team that's supposed to be in a Super Bowl window, that I feel like is closing an inch every week. Until we start getting back some of our key players and these guys start learning on the fly, these are the games. I mean, it's just like we talked about. There ain't no style points in this one. You supposed to beat Dallas. We beat Dallas. It was Grace Jones ugly. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you, and that's just all it was. I like the fact that Purdy made less mistakes than he's been making over the last couple of weeks, because he started out the season playing pretty solid, but then the last few weeks he's been kind of tailing off. I really don't want to use the fact that people are out, but because at the end of the day, there was a game he had where everybody was out, and he actually had one of his best games. So that ain't it. Sometimes you just do too much, and you just need to let the offense run its course. And I think that's part of his problem, forcing things that he shouldn't, making throws he shouldn't make, and sometimes just throwing the ball away or taking a sack and going on with it and letting the defense play well, which he did last night. But eventually, like I said, you got to make plays, and that's what we did. We had some key players, some young players make some plays, and like I said, last night was Ricky Pearsall's breakout game. He actually had his best game, even though he's only played 2. Debo came back, got hurt again, so he's hurt. We're in no bleak situation. Now we go into a bye week, and maybe we get McCaffrey back when we come back. Maybe we don't. We'll find out. But we beat the Cowboys. I ain't gonna complain about it, because we've been finding ways to lose some games we shouldn't have.
One Five, what you think about what you saw last night about the Cowboys and the 49ers?
Well,
Speaking on the 49ers side.
You got the Grace Jones thing right because that game was ugly. It was Strange. It stank so good. It wasn't my favorite game to watch, but
no, I was a little irritated.
I just
it was a weird game.
It's one of them. It's one like me and D Magic was on the phone before they played, and I had just got back in town, and me and Magic talked on the phone about this game, and I said, "What you?" Because he gonna keep it G about his Cowboys. I don't know what the fuck we gonna do, and I wouldn't be surprised if we lose. I wouldn't be surprised if we win. And that was the first time I was about to watch a 49ers Cowboys game, and I said before the game came on, I don't know who the fuck gonna win. Like
Right.
that's how bad. That's how bad.
Mhm.
Like the Cowboys are a dumpster. Like they're literally a whole pamper and a half, right? But the 49ers are, if they're a pamper, they're the wipe. Because I don't understand. You spend all this money buying all these people behind other people. You draft all these people behind other people. And then, Kittle had a big game. He forced the ball to Kittle, which he should do. Kittle's a good he's a great tight end. Pearsall had his best game, which was he only really played 2 games so far this year, but he had a good game. Debo act like he don't know when he gonna catch the ball and when he is gonna catch the ball, which is really, really concerning because you get all them fucking handoffs from the quarterback. You touch the ball more than half the motherfuckers on the offense. You should always be ready to catch the ball. He's about to catch the ball and thinking about running at the same time, so he's dropping the ball. The one ball Purdy threw behind him on the 4th down, and that's another thing about Purdy. This is what I was talking about when I was telling you 2 times when I said it's not that it's not he had a bad game. It's when he makes a bad throw, it's a horrible bad throw now for some reason. And I don't understand why, because he wasn't doing this shit last year.
Because he's forcing stuff. He forcing it.
He wasn't doing this. So it's like, I don't know, y'all got the W, but if I'm a 49er fan, in which I'm not, my upside about y'all, you need to get healthy. But even if you do get healthy, it might be too damn late. Because if he don't get some rhythm about his game, and because you can't blame Kyle Shanahan for this shit all the time. He can't be the blame every time. He actually called a good game last night. But it's like, you got to hold your players accountable. And put like this, if you put Debo and Kittle on any other team and they was playing the Cowboys last night with their starting quarterback, they're going to beat the Cowboys easily. Now, in the second half, y'all turned up on their ass. But the concern was, why would you let Dak Prescott and them come back? That's the part that was confusing to me.
Because they started playing a preventative defense, and I was like, why would you take your foot off the gas on defense? And then you had a play where they scored, and it was a miscommunication in the secondary. They ran into each other for an easy, and Dallas scored an easy touchdown. I said, here we go, finding ways to lose games.
And Cowboys fans, I ain't even gonna speak on y'all team because y'all are
Yeah, because we tried to hand y'all the game and y'all didn't want it.
We'll move on. Commanders and Bears. The whole pod picked the Bears because the Bears, we didn't know Jaden Daniels was gonna play to the last minute.
Right.
Jaden Daniels wins the game on a fucking Hail Mary to one of my favorite receivers from Ohio State. Shout out to Noah Brown. Had the biggest game ever against Oklahoma in Oklahoma when he was in college. He's a beast.
One hit wonder.
Chicago, you had one.
What's funny is when the boy was over there not paying attention and they wanted to play, he talking shit and turn around, and he's the one that knocked the ball to Noah Brown.
He over on the sideline talking shit to the fans, though.
But then runs over and picks the ball to Noah Brown, bro. He's the reason why they lost the game. He wasn't paying attention, and then he basically hands the ball to Noah Brown in the end zone.
They had him on TV today apologizing to the whole damn world about it. But I'm like,
don't apologize to me.
bro. You
Hey,
had
all he did was give us
damn
he
job.
he gave us something to talk about. So, hey man, I love you, bro. You gave us something to talk about.
But I'm gonna tell y'all what I did notice, and y'all take this in consideration too. The Commanders are decent,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Yep.
The Commanders not gonna beat us for the NFC East. See, Jaden
They
Daniels
got
is
something to
great.
build on.
They
They
do.
got something to build on.
Jaden Daniels is good. The defense is The defense is getting better. But the Bears exploited a lot of shit last night. I saw the DeAndre Swift touchdown run. Saquon Barkley gonna run all over them. I already see that coming. You know what I mean? And then you got to think Saquon Barkley done seen this team plenty of times. So it's like, and that's how I measure who. Now the Bears didn't look horrible, but I think the Bears and the Commanders might be like twins. And that's why I
Yeah.
think the game was so close. You know what I'm saying?
Both young.
But it was, young quarterbacks.
Neither one of them found ways to win the game. It was finding ways to lose the game. It just one of them got lucky at the end.
Right.
He got lucky as shit too, because
And
he had him beat.
be honest with you, in your division, the Eagles are up here. The Cowboys were here, but they're trending down. Then it was the Commanders right here. Now they're trending up. And then the Giants and the Cowboys are fighting for the ass, the dumpster of that fucking division.
No. The Giants are fighting for the ass. They are the ass. The Cowboys are fighting to be half an ass.
Cowboys dropped way the fuck down. I don't know what happened to them.
We know what happened to them. They made bad decisions in the offseason, and they are who they are.
Get nobody. You can't.
Yeah, they made bad decisions.
You force feed one receiver the whole year. For now, it's 2 years straight. Now I hear CeeDee Lamb every time they play nationally on TV. You hear CeeDee Lamb's name every time they're on offense the whole damn drive. That's it.
And I hate to say that if they all they had to do was sign Derrick Henry, and we might be talking totally different about the Cowboys. Maybe.
I don't think so.
I said maybe, bro. I don't know. Who knows? It couldn't be no worse than what they got.
I'm gonna tell you why. Who's the other receiver on the team that's gonna get the ball to?
I don't mean that. I'm just saying. Look at their back.
The Ravens.
Me or you?
The reason why Derrick Henry looks good on the Ravens, because not only does he have a better offensive line, he has Lamar Jackson, he has Zay Flowers, he has Rashad Bateman, he has Isaiah Likely, he has Mark Andrews, he has weapons around him that helps him run well. If he played for the Cowboys, besides CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson, you can just key in on Derrick Henry. He would not look as good as he looks in Baltimore. These are
That's not the angle I'm taking with that.
I'm saying it wouldn't help the Cowboys. They wouldn't look
This was this. I think they will be just a little better, but I think we usually saying they have a little bit better running game than what they got now, because what they got in the backfield with a past his prime Ezekiel Elliott and a bunch of backups.
But see, I think this is where y'all fell and realize this too. They lost a lot of their offensive line in the offseason.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say to you is, even if you put Derrick Henry back there, he wasn't gonna do shit with that offensive line being shitty. Yeah, I mean, you can damn near sack Dak on every play if you run the right scheme. These are facts. Like, last night was the first time I seen Bosa get a sack. Damn near the whole season. And the first
he got like 6 or 7.
I didn't say he don't. I said the first time I seen him on national TV, the first sack I didn't see him get, he gets it on Dak on TV.
And because he was getting so much pressure, my other young boy, he got 2. We got to him like 3 or 4 times.
The Cowboys' O-line is ass, and Derrick Henry, it wasn't gonna change shit. Especially if there's another weapon out there that he could throw it to. The reason why the Ravens look so good and Derrick Henry look even better, because there's weapons around that you got to look around and go, damn, are they going to give Derrick Henry the ball now, or are they going to wait and throw it to him, or him, or him, or him, or him? On Dallas, it's like, he going to either throw it to CeeDee Lamb, he gonna throw it to Jay Ferguson, or he gonna give Derrick Henry the ball, and we gonna stop him.
Let's face
That
it, Ferguson ain't nowhere near as good as Dalton Schultz was.
hell no. That's what I'm
No.
saying. They ain't shit. The Chargers, Harbaugh beat the Saints 26-8.
Hey, my guy got the Harbaugh trifecta. Harbaugh team.
They beat the weak ass Saints 26-8. It ain't really too much to talk about. The cheating motherfucker win as many games he won. I don't give a fuck how many games he win. Fuck him and fuck the Chargers. The Bills win 31-10 in an ass whooping over the Seahawks. I don't know what is wrong. You know, I done figured this out about the Seahawks. They are the two-face of the NFL. They frauds. They put a mask on, come to the game, and they go, "Is DK out there? We gonna win today with you?" All right, well, we might win, we might not.
Oh, they come out there with the Pooh Shiesty on, and they be looking stupid
All
too.
day long. Geno Smith be like, "You think we gonna win today?" I don't know. I'm gonna throw it to y'all, but I don't know if we gonna get a dub though. But it be so much hype around them. It look good and shit. Like, yeah, and then you get the brakes beat off your ass by Buffalo. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's just me. I can't speak for y'all, but Buffalo does not have me convinced. I don't know.
Well,
I don't care, because every time Buffalo win a game, it's always over somebody that I don't really think is good. And Josh Allen have a great game like he just did, and he'll blow somebody out. And then the media goes, "The Bills are back. Josh Allen is back." Then he'll play a contender and get his ass beat.
had they beat Kansas City,
Let's look at who they've played.
had they beat Pittsburgh, had they beat Baltimore.
They played Baltimore.
Cardinals week 1, Dolphins week 2, Jaguars week 3. Then they played some teams that were good. Ravens lost, Texans lost. Then they get back to the cupcakes. The Jets win, but barely. Titans win. Seahawks win. They got the Dolphins next week. The Colts the week after that. They ain't got nobody till 17th of November when they got the Chiefs coming in town. Then they go Chiefs, Niners, which could go either way.
And that's why when we do our power rankings,
yeah,
I never put them in the top 5 because I don't believe they're that good. I don't
get in because of their schedule.
Yeah, they even with their schedule, you ain't got to put them in your power rankings just because they be beating cupcakes. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You got to win real games, man, to get there, man.
Yeah,
you gotta beat real competition, bro. Like, that's part of the game. The Ravens lose to the Browns 29-24. Jameis Winston came out, had a hell of a game. He actually had a really great game. Lamar Jackson didn't really struggle, but the Ravens struggled as a whole. But the thing about the AFC North, and I'm going to always say this about the AFC North, it's the only division in football. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of, I'm trying to give y'all another division in football that does this. It used to be the NFC North. They used to do this.
The NFC South.
The NFC South does this too, where when they play other teams, they can beat other teams.
Mm-hmm.
But when they play each other, when you expect them to beat who they playing because the team in the division is sorry, they always lose to the sorry team in the division. I don't know what it is about the AFC North, but it all, like the Steelers, and the Steelers do that same shit too. When the Steelers play under the radar, they always beat the top teams in the AFC North. Like, how the fuck did they beat them? And they sorry this year. Like, it'd be so weird. But the Ravens take a loss. The Browns get the dub. The Lions put an ass whooping on the Titans so bad, 52-14. Like I said before, the Lions is the best team in the NFC. I will put us in second now. After this win over the Bengals and the way we've been rolling lately. But I've been said the Lions was the truth in the NFC, and I stood on that shit because I seen that shit with my own eyes. Them boys out there playing good. And Jared Goff is in the MVP conversation. I don't give a fuck if you like him, don't like him. You got to keep it real because I've been keeping it real about him all year. And I told these motherfuckers he looked good. He looked good this year. You got to be honest. The Dolphins dropped a 1-point game to the Cardinals. I don't know how it happened. Tua came back. Congratulations to Tua. He made it through the 4 quarters he played. He didn't look bad. I'm happy he didn't get hurt. But the Dolphins are fucked. The Dolphins are screwed. They just, and the Dolphins was one of them. They was one of them teams. They're screwed, Vaughn. They're one of them teams. They were supposed to be a playoff team. When they got Tua and they got Tyreek Hill, all we heard was, then now the Dolphins about to be really good.
Dolphins
Man, listen.
Super Bowl team.
That shit is over. That shit's done.
Them and the Jets are the most disappointing teams in NFL right now.
And they're in the same division. The Bills about to win that division by default.
Yeah,
the Titans is sorry as fuck.
Yeah.
The Patriots sorry as fuck. The Dolphins sorry. The Jets sorry. Man, the Bills got that shit won by. Man, they ain't even got to show up. They can just put their name on the board and they won. And speaking of that, the Patriots beat the Jets 25-22.
It's a ass bowl.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Even though they went and got Devontae Adams, and I told you I didn't think that shit was going to make a difference. Do you think if they just fall apart completely, you think Rodgers retires after this year?
I don't think he does.
Or tries to leave.
I think he wants a fresh start at the beginning of the year with Devontae.
So I think you give him one more chance. I think you give him one more year. But it just feels like if this shit gets out of hand and they don't bring in the right head coach during the off season, I can see him being like, you know what? Even though y'all brought in Devontae, I think I'm done.
So Aaron Rodgers next year will be on his last year of his contract. I don't see any head coach thinking this is a desirable job with that, unless they can bring in a quarterback first round to take over. So I don't know, man. If I'm the Jets, I cut ties with Aaron Rodgers and let him go somewhere else, and I take my chances with a rookie.
I'll be honest with you. The Jets haven't been a desirable place since 1969.
Well, they were all
right. I'll tell you this right now. The Jets ain't taking no chances with no fucking rookie. They just did that.
Yeah,
that shit was a dumpster fire. You basically asking them to do the same shit again. They ain't gonna do that again.
Absolutely.
They gonna give him another chance because he's gonna be in his last year. They got Devontae Adams in the season. They didn't get him at the start of the season. They're gonna be able to build their little chemistry. But let's not just harp on this offense. This defense looks like shit.
And
so if you're giving them 25. That's what. But their defense is sorry. You giving them 25 to the Patriots? You sorry, bro. You're sorry. You're sorry.
And you know what's so crazy? They got Hassan Reddick look back, and it's just like he was getting cardio. I was watching that game, and he was just there.
Yeah, it's both sides of the ball. They keep trying to make it. See, they're making it a Rodgers thing because he's the face. Oh, it's Rodgers. It's the same.
And it's New York.
What was our boy name they traded? That was sorry. Zach Wilson. His name's
Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Same shit. We heard his name all year.
Wilson. Yeah.
And he's sorry. Like they do that.
But like I said, since the merger, we ain't had nobody to talk about as a quarterback of that team. You had an over the hill Boomer Esiason, over the hill Neil O'Donnell, and you had Chad Pennington, who I don't know what you call that. So they ain't really had nothing there. They've had some moments, but they've never really been a franchise that's had a quarterback that said, for the next 10 years, this son of a bitch about to be in y'all ass. They ain't never had that guy.
They haven't. Ken O'Brien was the best quarterback they've ever
had.
And, that's back in the 80s. And
that was back in the fucking 80s, man.
They could have had Dan Marino, and they passed him up. So they get everything they deserve as a franchise.
And we wouldn't trade Joe Montana there, and we traded him to Kansas City.
So, yeah. The Falcons beat the Bucs 31-26.
Yep.
So now the Falcons have this head lead on the division. We all did pick the Falcons to win the division. I think we all did.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we did.
I was about to say
we did. We did because their receivers is out. No, hell no.
Okay. Well, we all picked the Falcons.
But the Falcons just did what you was talking about. They just didn't beat a team. They should have beat the shit out of Tampa Bay. They didn't have nothing. Katie Otten was just out there just killing them. And I don't even understand that part.
I told you. And the crazy thing is, Cousins had 4 touchdowns, no picks. He had a great game, and they still barely won. They be on
So that
some
defense
bullshit.
is ass. That defense is ass bag Jones.
Hey, and they got my safety down there.
Yeah.
The Packers beat the Jags 30-27. The Packers are still winning. They rolling right now. They on a win streak right now. They one of them sleeper teams in the NFC. The one thing I am proud about the fact is we already beat the Packers, so we know how to play them.
Yeah, but Jordan Love's hurt again. He hurt his groin, so we don't know what the fuck that's gonna.
I know. I seen that. The Texans bounced back with a 23-20 win over the Colts. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Did you hear about Anthony Richardson tapping out of the game?
He said he was tired. He had that Donovan McNabb.
Man, that dude, they need to move off of him and let Flacco play. I mean, have you ever heard of a quarterback of an NFL team tapping out in the middle of a game?
Donovan McNabb.
McNabb did it to us in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl. He said, "I gotta take me a shit. I'll be back in a minute."
I don't know, man.
Unheard of.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're gonna do nothing about it because they spent so much money on him, drafting him early. He was out last year, completely hurt. He had never played the whole year. He's
completely hurt this year too. He's been fucked up some games too.
You got to think he's playing more downs than he's ever played. He's playing more games, more snaps. He ain't ready. This ain't for him yet. He ain't. His body ain't built. It ain't built yet for it.
He's not used to that NBA schedule yet.
Yeah.
He just ain't used to this shit. I don't know if we talked about it. I don't think we did, but the Rams did beat the Vikings 30-20.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that shit.
I told you Nakua and them was back, and Nakua and them came back. Stafford balled out.
And he brought the refs with him too.
That shit was a little crazy, man. They did miss a face mask call in the end zone.
Yes, he said what face mask.
But the way the Vikings was playing on defense, they couldn't stop the Rams. It didn't even matter, man.
That was even wild in itself.
I don't even think that shit would have mattered. I'm gonna switch over though. Let me get to this. Let me get to the World Series right now. I've watched the first 2 games. Shout out to the Dodgers for being 2-0. That was my pick. I told you the Dodgers. Fuck. First game, Freddie Freeman hit the walk-off grand slam against the Yankees. I cried laughing. I thought it was the shit. And then game 2, the Dodgers won 4-2. Ohtani got hurt. He had dislocated his shoulder, but he is supposed to be playing tonight, so I'm believing he's playing. But Aaron Judge is hitting 111 in the World Series.
He ain't shown up at all. Kind of like the offense in this Monday night game. You know what I mean? Aaron Judge.
I'm gonna tell you what it is though.
Way too much. Carlos.
The Yankees. It's the Yankees.
Series.
It's the Yankees.
You called it. The Yankees are falling apart in the World Series.
They do it all the time. They not. I don't know if it's. I think the Yankees is at that point where, because they've always been known as the team that buys all the players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I remember my Red Sox did that, and then we stopped doing that, and we won 2 rings since we stopped. And the Yankees still ain't won a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's been years.
You can't keep buying these because Soto's leaving. If they lose, Soto gonna be in the Dodger uniform next year. Because Soto's a key piece. Because Soto was on the Nationals team and won the championship. So Soto's one of them people where he's almost like a hired gun. You know what I'm saying? Like where he go wherever if y'all gonna win it this year, I'm gonna go there. Cash me out. So they said the Dodgers already in talks. Well, if he lose, they coming strong with some money. And why would he not? To play with Ohtani?
Yeah, I mean,
and then they win it. They're gonna try to go back to back. Shout out to Magic Johnson. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Magic Johnson and his team and group of guys. Magic Johnson is a fucking genius, man. I mean, this guy, he owns the Dodgers and the Commanders. Mm-hmm. I mean, just wrap your head around the fact that he's won World Series with the Dodgers already as an owner. The Commanders' whole organization is turning around right now. They're a winning organization again. I mean, it's like everything Magic Johnson touched, it turned into diamonds. Like
It's magic.
exactly.
I
But
don't
I got the
advisor is his business advisor, but bro, that guy don't get paid enough. Him and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I love Magic, man. More success to him, man. Like I said, he just one of those guys, man.
Magic's smart, man. He
Yeah.
he was ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he
'Cause
was.
remember, he had Starbucks in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even know what Starbucks was.
Right.
He had it in LA in the 90s. Like, bro, this shit, bro, he been at movie theaters in the 90s. Like,
Right.
man, he's that
He
guy.
has everything. He has
Yeah, he's that
everything.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic is that guy.
Yeah.
So like I said, I still got the Dodgers. If y'all want to switch y'all bet, I mean y'all want to switch y'all team and y'all pick, y'all can. I mean,
Nah, it's too late. I'm already in the hole. I mean, look. It's 3-0 in the middle of the fourth. So this shit about to be a sweep.
Dodgers.
the Dodgers
Yeah,
are
it's 3-0
What's up,
in the fourth. They was up 2-0 at the end of the first.
Hey, don't let the aesthetically pleasing, just because it matches my outfit, Yankee fucking hat fool you. I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm a Reds fan.
Hey man, I love a Yankees hat. I don't love a Yankees team.
Hat. It's dope. It's
Hey,
I wear all that shit, but I don't give a fuck about them.
Hey, Todd, I was trying to help you before you made that dumbass choice to pick them, because I knew that's why you picked them, because you was wearing that dumbass hat. And I tried to tell you don't pick some dumbasses. I tried to tell you that shit
Didn't I
before
say?
you did.
I thought I could have swore I said the Dodgers.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I? Well, I said if
No, you pick the Yankees.
You picked the Yankees because you had that dumbass hat on.
whatever. But
I picked them too, so I can't say nothing about it. I mean,
I also picked
now
this.
that's the thing. Aha.
They lost too, didn't they? They both lost.
Hey, but they weren't supposed to be there. They caught fire. I ain't mad at them.
I'm gonna pick these fuckers because I got this team. That hat.
They lost 200 games this year. I don't even want to see them.
Hey, I must have been busted on this when I picked the Yankees to win the World Series. That's all I'm saying.
No, you wasn't. You was just wearing that dumbass hat.
He said I was replenishing myself. That's why.
You made a decision. You made a decision based off. You made a decision based off your wardrobe. Like, no, brother, don't pick them sorry bastards. I got to give a shout out right now to the New York Liberty for winning the championship. We never really got to tap into them, but we did pick them to win that game. The next time they had played, congratulations to them. I'm happy for them. It's a long time coming because they could never get over the hump back in the day when they was playing the Houston Comets, because the Comets would always win it, and they would normally play the New York Liberty. Rebecca Lobo will be on that team too. But shout out to New York Liberty for getting them a title finally. That they are one of the original WNBA teams. That's the reason why it's really significant as well. Is there anything I'm missing before we get in these side notes and get up out of here? I don't think so. We got some picks coming up Thursday. I want to get y'all together on. We'll get that together. We're gonna go with side notes. I know I did one foul last time. 2 times. No, I did 2 times last time. One foul. What's your side note tonight?
Bro, I don't have a side note tonight. I really don't. You know why? Because my side note was the Jets moving on from Aaron Rodgers, and you stole my thunder in the NFL segment. So
You said my battleship.
Yeah.
You stole your own segment because I didn't really give a fuck. If that was what you was gonna say as your side note, that was gonna be a sad ass side note. Because we wouldn't have cared.
They're not all great, but you know, I do think the Jets need to move off the Aaron Rodgers experiment and figure out something else. But what's up with the best offense the Steelers got is their special teams?
Their kicker been kicking field goals like he's in fucking MLS.
Yeah, Boswell might be the best kicker in the NFL right this year.
He might win league MVP.
The Giants have a good defense though.
He's gonna win team MVP for sure.
He's gonna be the starting quarterback.
He might as well be. They might as well sticking back here.
I'm not sold on Russell. I'm not sold on Russell Wilson, so I'm not surprised the game looked like this.
Yeah, anybody. I mean, you know, anybody can be quarterback there right now.
That's a fact. So, hey, shout out to the beard. What you all think about the beard out there? I've been growing a beard in. It's a new look for me. I've never had a beard as an adult.
You know
male.
that shit is weird. That shit is weird because I feel like you should have been had a beard like 10 years ago.
My wife likes beards on everybody but me. That's my joke. That's a joke.
Oh, you're being rogue. You're being rogue right now.
I about to say that. I about to say then you better really keep that motherfucker in.
Hey man, don't fuck your household up over some damn hair, all right? You gotta save that shit, save it.
Hey, fuck it, he might as well.
This is a Christmas gift for myself.
2 times. What's your side note, man?
I just want to give a shout out to Fernando Valenzuela's family, man. You know, he died on the 22nd. He was 63 years old, man. You know, if you were around to see Fernando Mania back in the day with the Dodgers when they won it back in '81, but man, like I said, he was one of the hottest things, you know, at one time. 10 years with the Dodgers. It's ironic that they're going for a World Series this year. You know, he was a solid pitcher, man. You know, that was back when I really watched baseball. I always enjoyed him on the mound. He was one of the few that I actually enjoyed because he had that high kick, man. I don't know what it is about baseball, man. There's certain pitchers, their style. I used to always love certain ones, man. Like your boy Wakefield with that knuckleball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, and then Todd Royale for the Cardinals because he had that little submarine throw.
The submarine throwers and stuff like that. You know, and then my boy used to play for the pitch for the Orioles. He used to switch. He used to switch styles.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think his name right now.
That's that. We talking about a legendary pitcher too. That's why the Dodgers gonna win that bitch too. Because they wearing his number on their helmet. I mean, on their hats, on their jerseys. They repping hard for him too, and they got his number on the mound too in LA. That shit was dope.
He's an icon in LA to this day, man. To this day.
I know.
I do have a side note. I just remembered.
You should have taken back.
Shout out to Dana White and the Saudi government or whoever the Saudi backers are for trying to bring boxing back to its glory. They're going to start putting fights together and putting big money behind fights to get fights we need to see while boxers are in their prime. We need that in boxing.
Hell yeah.
Where you been?
Promoters
Where you been?
Huh?
You don't watch boxing?
Who?
That shit been going on for like the last 4 years.
People have been ducking each other for a long time.
Not in the last 4 years.
They've been ducking.
You ain't been watching boxing then.
Yeah, I have.
You've been watching boxing. So you didn't. So if you've been watching boxing, then you know that's already changed. That's changed in the last 3 years. Dana White ain't got shit to do with that. That's been going on. And the reason why it got going on because they've been leaving the big name Bob Arams and all them. They've been leaving them and they've been going solo, independently running their own promotions. That's why everybody fighting each other right now.
They need to do that because those guys were ruining boxing.
Yeah, that shit been changed, Ty. You need to get with the times, baby. Come on, baby.
He touched the beard. The beard caused him to not know.
I'm watching UFC, baby. You gotta watch boxing.
Beard of not knowledge.
That's why like Errol Spence just fought Bud Crawford. How you think that happened? Bud Crawford did it on their own. They didn't go through Bob Arum. They didn't go through Top Rank. They didn't do none of that shit. What the boxers been doing is they've been fighting their contract out, and then they start their own promotional company, and then they get together and they get to fight together because they making more money without them top rank motherfuckers. Dana White might be trying to get into it now, but that shit been going on for about 3-4 years now, bro. Real shit. I'm a real boxing fan. I don't fuck with UFC. Period. Like I just don't. I've been a boxing fan forever.
I used to.
My side note tonight is I gotta give a shout out to everybody I met at the NFL game. Had a ball. It was really a great atmosphere. That whiteout shit was really dope. The field was dope too. It was even doper whooping their ass because I hate the Bengals. But I had a ball. I mean, you know what I mean? It's very game to the day I die. And
look at you made him drink, man. You made him in his beer drink.
It feels good when you can beat people that you talk to on the regular, because then they can't talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels great. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them people that was there, that was in front of me, that was talking shit in the first half, and then in the second half, they sounded like field mice. It was quiet in the motherfuckers. Cincinnati. It was, hey, them motherfuckers was quiet as fuck in the second half, boy. Shout out to my cousin Brandon. Shout out to my Uncle Donnie for going. We all went together. We actually, man, I had a great time, and I ain't gonna lie, I had a ball. If y'all go to the game, though, make sure you get you a double, because if you order you a fucking single, it's gonna be $15. I ordered a double. The bitch was $30. That shit was the weakest liquor drink I ever had in my life, bro. And it was Ciroc. That's what's so crazy. It was my shit. But we gonna get up out of here. Everything I do it on God. Every time we do it on God. And when I do it with these two motherfuckers, we do it on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the CEO of the Star Money Click, the #1 rapper in the world. That's 1-5, the co-CEO of the Star Money Click, #1 producer in the world, and the owner of the Punish Me Vodka that is sponsoring this podcast right now as we speak. That's Jimmy Two Times, the #1 49ers fan, the #1 Sooners fan in the world. He is my brother from another mother. We was the On God podcast. Y'all stay prayed up. We're going to see y'all Thursday for our picks. Like and subscribe. We out.
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hey, well, I got you here by yourselves. Bad news, Tino, confidence. We'll be getting some radio spins. So be on the lookout for that if you're outside the city. And it should be going nationwide. So, peace.